Men after 63 types of vitamins that save vitality. See before it's too late. He was once a strong man, trekking through deep forests, carrying the weight of his family on his broad shoulders. But at the age of 68, just climbing a set of stairs leaves him gasping for breath. His wife says he's not weak, but he's no longer himself. Is there a way to restore vitality without the need for medication? Hello everyone, welcome to the Healthy Choices channel, where we dive deep into the health truths that are often hidden behind advertisements. In today's video, we will reveal 3 seemingly simple vitamins that are the lifeline for men over 60, helping to restore energy, improve sexual health, and maintain performance. This is not just a video about nutrition. It's a roadmap that leads you to regain your confidence, vitality, and the masculinity that has faded over time. Every minute of this video contains valuable information, and if you miss just one detail, you might miss the chance to restore yourself. Leave a comment and share where you are watching from, because the Healthy Choices community spans across the globe, and we want to hear from you. Hit subscribe now and turn on the notification bell, because what you're about to hear could change the way you live the next years of your life. Age doesn't kill desire, weakened circulation does. In my hundreds of encounters with male patients between the ages of 60 and 85, what always troubles me is the strange contrast between the mind and the body. A 70-year-old man may still dream of holding hands with his partner by the lake, still yearn for intimacy, but his body no longer responds. The question is not, do you still desire it? But, does your body have enough blood flow, energy, and belief to express that desire? And the answer very often starts from something that seems small: vitamin D. Vitamin D, not just the sunshine vitamin. Vitamin D, or more specifically vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, has long been known as a nutrient that helps build strong bones. But modern medicine has revealed something even more important. It's an essential hormone, not just a vitamin. Vitamin D is involved in activating enzymes that produce nitric oxide, a molecule that helps dilate blood vessels, which is particularly important for erectile function, supporting testosterone metabolism in men. Thus, it's directly tied to masculinity and male emotions, reducing chronic inflammation within the blood vessels, which is the root cause of atherosclerosis and erectile dysfunction. Physiological experiment: how the body functions with a vitamin D deficiency. A study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine showed that over 40% of men over 60 have vitamin D levels below the recommended standards, and among them, more than 70% experience pelvic blood circulation problems. Under normal conditions, when the body is stimulated by desire, the brain sends signals to the pelvic nervous system. Nitric oxide is produced, dilating the arterioles. Blood rushes into the cavernous bodies, creating an erection. When vitamin D levels are low, step number 2 is hindered, and the entire process fails. Real-life example, a story from a man in Norway. I had the opportunity to treat Anders, a 68-year-old man living in Bergen, Norway. Anders is a retired hydropower engineer who used to hike mountains, paddle, and garden every day without rest. In recent years, Anders slowly lost interest in everything and didn't understand why. "I don't feel like a man anymore," he said, looking down, avoiding the gaze of his wife who always accompanied him to the consultations. Anders thought it was because of aging, or worse, depression. But after running a thorough test, the issue turned out to be much simpler. His vitamin D levels were nearly undetectable. In Northern Europe, where winters are long, sunlight is rare, and temperatures are low, people are highly prone to vitamin D3 deficiency. Unfortunately, many people don't realize this until their bodies silently refuse to cooperate. Restoration plan: light supplementation recovery. I set up a personalized plan for Anders. Increase natural sunlight exposure each morning. Even during winter, He was asked to go outside for at least 20 minutes each day, even if it's just reflected sunlight from the snow. Supplement vitamin D3 with an initial dose of 4,000 IU day, split into 2 doses with regular follow-ups. Include foods rich in vitamin D, like Norwegian salmon, egg yolks, and fortified milk. Increase light physical activity each afternoon to enhance metabolism and absorption of the vitamin. After 5 weeks, Anders returned to the clinic. His eyes were different. I started wanting to hold my wife's hand in the morning. I'm enjoying walking in the garden again. And yes, I'm no longer avoiding intimacy. Common mistakes when supplementing vitamin D in older adults. Using D2 instead of D3. D2 ergocalciferol is poorly absorbed, while D3 cholecalciferol interacts naturally with the body's receptors. Inconsistent supplementation. Vitamin D is fat-soluble, so it should be taken consistently, following absorption cycles. Not combining with fatty foods. Taking vitamin D with meals containing olive oil, fish, or seeds will increase absorption 2–3 times. Not having regular blood tests. Because excessive supplementation can cause harm, though this is rare. Key takeaway from vitamin D: a man's body cannot function properly without the lubricant of blood circulation. And vitamin D is the one that opens that door. Many of my patients don't need medications for erectile dysfunction or hormones. They just need to adjust their D3 levels, get some sunlight, a little understanding, and more belief in themselves. Vitamin D is the starting point, not the only solution, but if you lack it, all other efforts will be in vain. Next up, I'll take you to another equally important topic: vitamin B12, not just energy, but the memory, confidence, and alertness of men after 60. When the body is full yet still depleted. In clinical medicine, nothing confuses patients more than doing everything right, yet not seeing the expected results. They eat regular meals, get enough sleep, take multivitamins, but still feel exhausted, mentally foggy, lacking motivation, and lose interest in intimacy with their spouse. In such cases, vitamin B12 testing is usually the first thing I request. Vitamin B12, the key to rebooting the operating system. Vitamin B12 cobalamin isn't just a micronutrient. It's the key to the entire cellular energy process: red blood cell production, nerve conduction, and peripheral nervous system regeneration. In older men, vitamin B12 deficiency quietly causes a series of symptoms often mistaken for normal aging: unexplained fatigue, sleep disturbances, short-term memory loss, irritability, mild depression, numbness in the limbs, loss of balance, reduced libido and sexual performance. Why older adults are more likely to be deficient in B12, even with normal diet. Reduced stomach acid production. The stomach needs acid to separate B12 from food proteins. As we age, stomach acid production decreases, reducing B12 absorption. Lack of intrinsic factor. A glycoprotein secreted by the stomach that helps absorb B12 in the small intestine. In older adults, this factor declines significantly. Side effects of medication. Diabetes medications, metformin, antacids, and proton pump inhibitors all reduce B12 absorption. A typical case: the man who sleeps during the day and feels foggy at night. I vividly remember a patient, Julian, a 74-year-old man from Australia. He was a retired high school teacher, living with his wife, enjoying reading, walking, and eating healthy. He came to my office with a detached look and spoke slowly. "I don't feel interested in anything anymore for no specific reason. I sleep enough, eat enough, but I always feel like I'm drifting." His wife shared that Julian often forgot where he placed his keys, couldn't finish conversations, and recently became silent in the bedroom. Tests revealed that his B12 level was just 140 pmol/L, well below the minimum threshold. After ruling out other causes, I started him on a treatment regimen with methylcobalamin 1000 mcg/day for 2 weeks, then a maintenance dose every other day. Transformation after 3 weeks. Julian returned with a bright smile. I finished reading a novel, the first one in 6 months, and I've started rekindling conversations, both in and outside the bedroom. His red blood cell count increased, his skin brightened, his steps became firmer and his mind clearer. All thanks to a tiny nutrient that he hadn't been absorbing properly for years. Common mistakes with B12 supplementation in older adults. Using the wrong form of B12. Cyanocobalamin is a cheaper form, but many older adults cannot convert it effectively. Using low doses in multivitamins. Most multivitamins only contain 1–2 mcg of B12, not enough for those with absorption issues. Not having regular blood tests. B12 deficiency doesn't always show clear symptoms. It can cause nerve damage quietly. B12-rich food sources for those over 60. Cooked beef liver, avoid raw, free-range eggs, especially egg yolks. Mackerel, salmon, tuna, whole milk, goat milk, cheese, cheddar, or Swiss. If your body doesn't absorb well, consider sublingual methylcobalamin lozenges. Regular B12 injections, if prescribed. Clinical takeaway from B12. No one should live with a fatigued body and foggy mind, especially when the cause lies in a single vitamin we can easily supplement. Vitamin B12 isn't just physical energy, it's mental fuel. That's why in programs for restoring sexual health and memory in older adults, B12 always tops the list of things to check. The next topic will take us to another quiet yet incredibly powerful friend. Vitamin E, the silent protector of hormones, cardiovascular health, and vitality in aging. When you do everything right but still feel empty. I once had a 72-year-old patient, Henrik, who was a former tennis coach in Denmark. He still kept up with regular exercise, ate healthily, slept early, and had no serious medical conditions. But Henrik came to me with an unmistakable sense of frustration. "I don't understand, doctor. I still do everything right, but something inside me is fading. I don't feel like the man I used to be." Blood tests showed Henrik's testosterone had dropped to alarmingly low levels, even though his other health indicators were fine, and the cause came from something he had never considered: vitamin E. Vitamin E, not just a skin nutrient. When people think of vitamin E, they often think of skin care, anti-aging, especially for women. But for middle-aged and older men, vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant compound involved in some of the most profound functions of the body. Protecting cell membranes from damage caused by free radicals, oxidative stress. Stabilizing blood vessel walls, improving elasticity, thereby enhancing blood circulation in the genital area. Preventing degeneration of the gonads, the Leydig cells where testosterone is produced. Supporting sperm and nerve cell protection. Decreasing oxidative stress, the silent destroyer after 60. Imagine the body as an engine that has been running for decades. Over time, the internal parts wear down, collect dust, and generate heat. Without lubrication or a protective layer, the entire system will start to malfunction. This is how free radicals destroy the endocrine, nervous, and sexual systems in men. Vitamin E plays the role of a protective shield, preventing free radicals from attacking blood vessels and hormones. When deficient in vitamin E, men are more likely to experience unexplained decline in testosterone, persistent erectile dysfunction, irregular heartbeat during physical exertion, irritability, mild depression, and decreased motivation. Clinical case: the pilot losing his masculinity. I clearly remember the case of Daniel, a 70-year-old former international pilot from Canada. Daniel didn't smoke, had no cardiovascular issues, but often felt disconnected from his wife, even though he still loved her deeply. The emotional turmoil of sadness, helplessness, and self-doubt led him to a near-depression state. After performing thorough tests, I found his testosterone levels were below average. His vitamin E levels in plasma were 20% lower than the optimal threshold, and there was a high oxidative stress indicator in his blood. I didn't prescribe erectile dysfunction medications. Instead, I developed a vascular and endocrine recovery plan with nutrition therapy, and vitamin E was the cornerstone. Recovery plan, antioxidants and hormone regeneration. Daniel was instructed 200 IU of natural vitamin E D-alpha tocopherol daily. Eat a handful of sunflower seeds and almonds every day. Add extra virgin olive oil to his lunchtime salad. Increase consumption of dark leafy vegetables like spinach and rainbow chard. After 6 weeks, Daniel returned with clear eyes and a confident voice. I'm not just feeling stronger, I feel like I've been brought back to life. Not like when I was young, but like the man I used to be, decisive, no longer lost. Warning about improper vitamin E use. Synthetic forms are ineffective. The cheap form DL-alpha tocopherol acetate is poorly absorbed and doesn't offer significant benefits. Too high a dose. Dose is 800 IU day for long periods may cause blood thinning and affect blood pressure in people with heart conditions. Lack of combination with vitamin C or omega-3. Vitamin E works more effectively when paired with anti-inflammatory agents and enhances blood vessel elasticity. Vitamin E, the missing piece in the vitality triangle. Vitamin D clears the blood flow. Vitamin B12 fuels the cells, but vitamin E is the shield that protects the entire system from silent degeneration. When I combine all 3 of these vitamins for older male patients, those who once felt hopeless, who thought it's too late, they often return to the clinic with thankful eyes. It's not because I'm a great doctor, but because I help them regain their true selves. When it comes to vitamin supplementation, many people think simply, if you're deficient, take it. But the human body doesn't operate like a car that just needs gas. It is a complex biological system, synchronized, with a close connection between enzyme reactions, hormones, and blood vessels. The 3 vitamins D3, B12, and E, when combined correctly, not only complement each other but activate a biological domino effect that helps the aging male body restore functions that have faded with time. 1. Vitamin D3, the key to unlocking blood flow and hormones. Vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, after being absorbed through the skin or taken orally, is metabolized in the liver into 25-OD, the storage form, and is then activated in the kidneys to 1,25-O2D calcitriol, the active biological form. It is calcitriol that triggers the production of the enzyme nitric oxide synthase, which produces nitric oxide NO, a powerful vasodilator. The dilation of small arteries in the pelvic region and penis, increasing blood flow to the tissues needed for erection. Regulation of gene expression related to testosterone production, helping to maintain male sex hormones. When there isn't enough active vitamin D3, the natural process of erection is disrupted, and hormonal responses related to arousal and energy are significantly slowed. 2. Vitamin B12, the energy booster for cells in the brain. Vitamin B12, in the form of methylcobalamin, the active biological form, plays a crucial role in the methylation process, a biochemical process that happens every second in the human body. B12 is necessary to recreate methionine, an essential amino acid involved in producing S-adenosylmethionine, SAMe, a key signaling molecule for the brain and mood. Promote DNA synthesis, red blood cell production in the bone marrow, transporting oxygen and nutrients to muscle tissues, nerves, and sexual organs. Maintain the myelin sheath surrounding nerve fibers, ensuring smooth, fast, and accurate transmission of signals from the brain to the body. When B12 is deficient, the entire sympathetic nervous system, responsible for arousal, stimulation, and sexual behavior, becomes sluggish or even dysfunctional. 3. Vitamin E, the silent protector against free radicals and hormonal degradation. Vitamin E, especially D, alpha-tocopherol, acts as a strong antioxidant, capable of halting the chain oxidative reactions that damage cells. Specifically, vitamin E helps neutralize reactive oxygen species, ROS, created by aging or chronic diseases like diabetes and cardiovascular disease. These free radicals damage cell membranes, including endothelial cells and Leydig cells that produce testosterone. Protect the cell membranes of the testicles, liver, and adrenal glands, where sex hormones are produced, helping to stabilize the HPG axis, hypothalamus, pituitary, gonadal. Prevent microvascular inflammation and vascular fibrosis, which lead to decreased blood flow to the genital area. When the body lacks vitamin E, not only does erectile function suffer, but the entire reproductive nervous hormonal axis is silently damaged. When these three vitamins interact, the synergistic effect occurs. The wonderful thing happens when D3, B12, and E are all present in the bloodstream at sufficient levels. Their effects amplify each other. Vitamin D3 opens up the blood flow, right arrow. B12 delivers oxygen and energy to the right places, right arrow. E keeps that pathway from damage by inflammation and oxidation. B12 helps nerve cells transmit signals more efficiently, right arrow. D3 and E enhance the transmission of sexual and desire-related signals. D3 and E support the production of endogenous testosterone, right arrow. B12 helps absorb and metabolize testosterone into neurotransmitters that increase the feeling of being yourself. When these three nutrients work together, the body not only improves sexual function but also regains sharper thinking, balanced emotions, deeper sleep, and importantly, the confidence that has faded over the years. Summary of the biological mechanism. The human body is a sophisticated system. No single vitamin operates independently. D3, B12, and E form the foundation of men's health in their 60s and beyond. Missing one will cause the biological processes to deviate. With the right balance, the body remembers how to be strong again, not through temporary stimulant drugs, but from deep within. 5 common and serious mistakes when using vitamins that many people don't know. 1. Using the wrong form of vitamin, supplementing without proper absorption. B12. Cyanocobalamin is cheap but hard to absorb in older adults. You should use methylcobalamin, the active biological form. D3 is much more effective than D2. Vitamin E should be in its natural form, D-alpha-tocopherol, not the synthetic form, DL-alpha-tocopherol. Wrong form equals wasted effort. 2. Inconsistent use, taking when you remember. Vitamins need to accumulate consistently every day to reach proper blood levels. Taking them sporadically makes them ineffective or even nullifies the benefits. 3. Taking vitamins at the wrong time, not combining with fat. D3 and E are fat-soluble. If taken on an empty stomach or without healthy fats like oils, they will not be absorbed properly. 4. Self-supplementing based on guesswork, no testing. Deficiency may not show clear symptoms, but excess can cause silent harm. Always have a blood test before supplementing long-term to check if you're really deficient. 5. Only taking vitamins, ignoring sleep, exercise, and nutrition. Vitamins are supplements, not substitutes for a healthy lifestyle. Don't expect a single D3 pill to restore your vitality if you're still sleeping poorly, eating poorly, and not exercising. Just taking vitamins doesn't guarantee effectiveness. Misunderstanding, using the wrong form, and taking them incorrectly not only wastes money, but can also harm your health. To be healthy, it's essential to get it right from the smallest detail. Daily routine for men over 60, simple, effective, and ready to start. Morning, awaken hormones and circulation. 7. 0 a.m. Drink a glass of warm water, then take vitamin B12 1000 mcg in sublingual form. 7:30 a.m. Have a protein-rich breakfast, eggs, oatmeal, fish, or whole milk. Along with your vitamin D3, 2,000–4,000 IU, taken during the meal. 8:00 a.m. Take a 15–20-minute walk outside to activate natural vitamin D production and warm up the circulatory system. Lunch, support digestion and fight oxidative stress. Include olive oil, dark leafy greens, sunflower seeds, or almonds in your lunch. After the meal, take vitamin E, 200 IU with your food. Fat helps with absorption. Evening rest and recovery. Limit heavy meals after 7:00 p.m. Avoid caffeine and alcohol in the evening. Aim for 7–8 hours of sleep every night in a quiet, dark room with no blue light. Important notes. Stick to this routine for at least 30 consecutive days to allow your body to shift. Add. Drink enough water, 1.52 liters day. Engage in light daily exercise. Get blood tests every 3–6 months if you're taking high doses of vitamins. The body doesn't need too many medications. It needs to be treated the right way every day. With just 3 vitamins, 20 minutes of walking, some sunlight, and a little knowledge, you can reclaim your vitality no matter your age. They say aging is something to accept. I don't believe that. Because I've met men who seem to have nothing left, but with just one small change, they stood up, held their heads high, and lived a life brighter than before. You've just watched a video distilled from 30 years of treatment experience, combined with in-depth research on men after the age of 60. If anything in this video made you stop and reflect, or reminded you of a loved one, please leave a comment and share your thoughts. Your comment could inspire others or even help someone out there change their life. Don't forget to hit subscribe to the Healthy Choices channel and turn on the notification bell, because we'll be back with more powerful, practical content that could save your health and the health of your loved ones. You are not alone on this journey. We are here, Healthy Choices, the right choice for long-lasting